Hey guys, welcome to Let's Drive. I'm Paul Miller.
And I'm Derek Weldon.
And today we have I don't remember what year this is, 91?
Maybe.
I think it's 91. BMW M-Technic? M-Sport? I don't know what the official name of this is.
This one's called the M-Technic. Later on they were called M-Sports, but these are kind of the original ones.
Yeah, these are kind of interesting for me because the E30 was a car we got in the US, but we never got these at all. Right? This is a different model, kind of right below the M3, I guess. Had special bumpers and special trim.
It's basically M3 without the M3 engine in it.
Right.
And so you get the sport suspension, body kit, wheels, special interior, guy on a scooter.
It's a male. It's a cool car. It's a good color too. I like the dark gray.
Okay, so let's go around it. This one is perfectly original condition, and these M-Techniques are getting really expensive nowadays. This one's an automatic transmission, but the 5-speed ones are over yen, so 1/3 the cost of the E30 M3s, which is a lot of money.
You have a lot of experience with the E30 coupes.
Do I?
Yeah.
No.
Me neither.
How many doors are on this one?
2.
So this one's really tidy, I would say, in terms of cleanliness of the vehicle. We're probably looking at about a 9 out of 10. Has a couple of things that need to be addressed, but all of them are minor. Looks like the car has been maintained very well throughout its life.
Definitely good. It's weird to see it as like an M3 without the flares, because you can see where they're supposed to go.
Yeah, so the M3 has a faster back,
Yeah.
which is kind of funny because it looks like it's just been tacked onto this.
Right.
And then the E30 is rear trunk
Bigger.
has, the trunk is a little bit different, but I can't remember exactly what it is. So this one goes down like that. The spoiler wraps around the edge of it, and is a much larger spoiler, of course. Anyways, let's go
Let's go
inside.
for a drive. Oh no, inside.
And engine.
I forgot inside. Then we'll go for a drive. So this one's in really good condition on the inside too. So it's got special trim on the seats. It's got the trim on the steering wheel. This one's more original. It's got an aftermarket CD player, but other than that, it's pretty much from what you know.
Okay, and this one's a 2-liter inline 6-cylinder.
Yeah, these hoods, pop forward, roll forward.
I'm gonna go over to the other side. Considering the car is close to 30 years old now, the engine is quite clean and nice.
Yep. Piece of scrubbing, but it's alright.
Look, the foam is still intact here.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's in pretty good shape.
Okay, shall we drive?
Let's drive. BMW E30. Let's drive.
E30 M-Technic.
M-Technic.
Coupe.
Coupe.
Coupe. It's a coupe. Do you say coupe or coupe?
I say coupe usually.
I used to say coupe until I came to Japan here, and then just whenever you read it, like the same word is used here in Japanese, but then when you read it, because Japanese is a phonetic alphabet, you have to say coupe, or people just won't understand what you're saying.
Okay. E30 coupes.
Coupes.
It's okay. This one. It's an okay coupe. It's comfortable. I don't feel like it has, like, the sport suspension doesn't feel very sport to me. This car feels floaty.
Sporty for 1980s, right? Do you remember seeing like 1980s cars, especially like?
Jesus. No, I did it.
I don't know what you just did there. Let's just ignore that.
All right.
But like the old Mercedes cars, when they went around the corners, they would lean over like an entire foot. Yeah. And these were their race cars. So.
Also, the pickup on this one is that. Yeah, it's like it needs a lower gear.
It's like our BB is almost faster than this.
Yeah,
is there a sport version for the transmission?
If there is, I don't know.
Okay, you drive and I'll press buttons.
That sounds like a good idea. That's definitely my window.
Okay.
I don't think the arrows are. That's the AC.
Hazards? You are a hazard driving because your transmission won't shift. Yeah, it feels like that transmission needs to take a step down whenever you romp on it like that.
Which it'll do when you're going, and it's okay, but it's really smooth. It's just I need more power.
So 2-liter inline 6-cylinder. It's not a big engine by any means. It's no sportier than the regular 2-liter, even though this one's called an M-Technic and it looks like a sporty car. The engine itself isn't sportier. So you just get the sportier suspension, the cooler looking wheels, right?
Yes.
Which I guess would be a sportier wheel because they would be lighter than the stock ones, I imagine.
More sportier.
Is that what I said?
No, I'm just saying it. It's funny. Yeah, you know what? Immediately, like, I thought, okay, like, automatic will be all right, and it's a cruising coupe, and it's okay, but you immediately want a 5-speed in this. I bet it's much quicker with a stick. This is nice to drive, but I bet for sports, you know. So, E30s. In the Southeast, there's a really great spec E30 racing series. And
There's now, or there used to be?
There still is, but I've never participated in it, but I've watched it. And it seemed like a lot of fun, but to me, E30s, I know this is going to sound so bad to BMW fans, but to me, E30s have always been like cheap throwaway race cars.
Well, especially people your age, right? Because when you were in your 20s, these would have been a dime a dozen.
Yep, and they cost like, you know, you could buy ones that ran and you could dress up as a race car for like $500.
But nowadays, prices are going up. In the States as well, because I know here in Japan, prices are going up big time on these. It's like every 2 months they go up $500.
I think the for like a regular E30.
You're gonna pull over to the side of the road.
I thought this was gonna let you drive.
No, that's okay. I like driving.
Okay, let's do it where the bus can't kill me. If it comes, I don't think it will.
Do you want to give me a high five in front of the car?
Yeah, we can do that since we don't have regular mics anymore. Okay. Put some feeling into it.
I have to say, getting out of the car looks really great in the 2-door coupe body style.
It doesn't. But I immediately want like M3 flares and stuff on it.
I immediately want to change my mirror. Where's our hazard lights? I am not a hazard when I drive. Yeah, it feels like a manual transmission would fix all the problems.
Yep.
I'm gonna take turn here, driving left-hand drive in Japan. This is kind of weird. I'm still not used to it. After, what, 10 minutes since the last time that we drove one?
I love this R1. There's an R1 in front of us.
Woo! What's good about that?
Wonder what that says on the Japanese. We'll have to ask Naoko. I can't read. What's that kanji?
I think it says you're not allowed to drink and drive.
Does it?
I think so. The first one is drink, and I think the second one is alcohol. Equals no.
It was great. I love the R1s. You always see the R2, which is the 4-door version of this, but never the R1. I love these things. They're the all-wheel drive Subaru K cars. Which, funny enough, like I did some research into these, and like they're really big in like Russia and like Baltic states for some reason.
I did not know that.
Like, if you look up driving reviews of them, they always seem like they're from...
It's weird. The strangest cars are popular in other countries. Like, nice.
Yeah, nice GTR.
R32 GTR. And like we get that all the time when we shoot the videos of the auction, right? Someone will say, hey, what's wrong with you? You didn't point out such and such car. But then, you know, when you live in a certain country for a certain amount of time, suddenly certain cars are not as important to you. Look at the grandma's driving a Skyline in front of us.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's Grandpa.
That's a
Grandpa's driving
four-door. That's cool.
I love the 33 4-doors.
So yeah, so there goes the R1.
Oh, it's faster than us.
I think it's amazing. You can get those like supercharged.
Really?
Yeah, they're ridiculous.
And they're 660cc because they're K cars, right?
Yep, and all-wheel drive.
Okay, I'm gonna do a quick little maneuver here. I like the way this car feels when you start going.
Yeah, it's comfortable.
You know, you were saying it's floaty and like it moves like that. I actually kind of like the feeling of stock suspension on sports cars, where it's a little bit floaty. It gives you a little bit of movement. And the reason why is because it gives you more information about how much G is that you're pulling in the corner. Not like you'd be pulling more than 1 G, but you know what your sideways force is. I just think The first time that I ever felt that way was when I drove the RX-7 with stock suspension, because it leans over a lot. Can I go?
There's people coming, but I don't know how close they are.
Oh, BMW wins at turning circle.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
No, this is good. I like it.
The thing about like the suspension when it's like this on the 80s cars especially, and 90s cars, to me is that they're comfortable. It feels like even though this is a sports coupe, you could drive this anywhere. You don't have to worry about gravel in parking lots. You don't have to worry about, you know, weird places.
Go up a hill and
comfortable.
scrape your bumper.
Yeah, you could drive this a long distance on the highway and it would be really comfortable. Right. If like it's a southeast or in the southeast, you know, you go down the lake, got to drive little gravel driveways and all the dirt hills and the mountains and stuff. This would be a lot of fun.
I really
and
feel
you
like,
don't have to worry about it.
Like this car, the more you drove it and the more you got used to exactly how it is, the more it would fit you kind of like a shoe. And you would just feel so comfortable in it after a while. For example, if this were your first car, then I bet you it would kind of scar you for life in a sense. And
Right.
you would always want a car that would be something similar to this, in the same way that I feel about Toyotas when I drive them, or Nissans, because they feel very much like Toyotas when you drive them.
Yeah, I've got that. Certain cars, they give you a certain feeling. I can see this is definitely one of those.
Oh, that's too bright.
Yeah.
I like the big steering wheel on this. Big meaty steering wheel. It's actually not meaty. Meaty would mean that it's big around, right?
Yeah.
This one's fairly skinny, but just large. Leather wrapped, very smooth and nice. Love the feeling of it.
Yeah, they did like nice upgrades. Like I said, the seats, the steering wheel. I like what they did in the dash with the CD player and everything. They kept it clean.
Upgrades, you mean of the M-Technic over the...
No.
Standard
Specifically this car that they put the CD
see.
player in here, and they put the controller down here for the digital radio.
Oh, I see how that is. Yeah, the steering wheel is stock. And these
Right.
seats,
Oh, sorry, and the stock seats, correct.
the fabric seats are so nice. I love
Very.
these. Very much a German feeling seat, and different from very many other seats out there, but very comfortable in my mind.
I also really enjoy it. It's good. It's better than I would have thought getting into it for kind of a first real driving
You just need more power.
E30 experience.
Let's
right?
get some handling here. What? It handles pretty well. They run trailing arm suspension on the back, so they're not good handling cars by today's measure, but they are fun to drive. They run the same suspension in these as they do in the Z3 Roadsters.
Those I've driven a lot.
You know what car I'd really like to drive is a Z1. I've seen a number of them here in Japan at like dealerships, but nowadays the price, you know which one I'm talking about,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The one with the doors, instead of opening, they slide down.
Yeah, right. The really weird one.
They're all made out of plastic so they don't dent.
If you North American guys don't know what that is, you should Google it now. They're really cool little cars, but we never got those.
No, and I think only like 2,000 of them were ever made, maybe even less than that. So nobody gets to drive them.
We're at the end.
Yes, we are. That's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed this one. Do you have anything cool to say, Paul?
Don't drink and drive.
Go buy an R1. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Bye.